Hey guys, it's Danzy, and today I'm bringing you the best class setup for the AK47 in Black Ops Cold War. So let's get into the class setup, the perks I use, everything about this gun, and why you should use it. So for my muzzle, I use the muzzle brake 7.62 for that +4 vertical recoil control. It's crucial. 15.5 inch ultralight on the barrel for that +5 strafe speed, which again is so crucial in this gun. I can't comprehend how important it is to have this attachment. I don't use anything on the body. On the barrel, I use the infiltrator grip because you need that movement speed with this gun. It's so crucial. I'll get into why it's crucial in a second, but you need to make sure you make this gun as nimble as possible, which is why I use the 40 round mags instead of the 40 round speed mags, because it doesn't affect my ADS time. It's just the reload time, which you can sort of get past. If you run out of ammo, use your shotgun. So yeah, and I use the Spetsnaz field grip for that flinch resistance and ADS time. I use the Gallo Stim Shot Semtex field mic. I use the Semtex now because it gets me killed less than the C4, and I use Takmar flat jacket, Tracker, Scavenger, Ghost and Ninja. So let's get into some of the stats about the AK. So what is it good at? Well, for me personally, I think this is the best gun in the game, but it really shouldn't be if you look at it on paper. So best in class for stopping power. That you can really feel that. You can really tell when you use this gun. It is so powerful. It packs a punch. So yeah, it's like just having a god gun. It's like having God mode when you're using this gun sometimes. Honestly, it's that good. I don't make it look amazing, but you know, I love it. It's my favorite gun in the game, and I really do think it's a mystery to me how it is this good when you look at it on paper, like I said. So let's get into some of the negatives about this gun. Again, on paper, it's meant to have the worst in class accuracy, which I don't believe for a second, because I seem to laser beam people sometimes, and I haven't even got crazy recoil like attachments. I've only got the muzzle brake really. So how it is so accurate is, again, it's a mystery to me. But I think the iron sights really do help you, because they're not too like in the way. They're not distracting, which I really like about the AK. I've not really had with AKs on previous games. So again, it has the worst in-class speed, which is why I say try and make this gun as nimble as possible, almost like an SMG, but as an assault rifle. So I say that because on this game, I find that you get caught up in really close engagements, and you're going to be on the back foot really if you use attachments that just do your stopping power. It doesn't need anything on the stopping power really. It's already got that. Even the fire rate is really good. It's meant to have one of the slowest fire rates. So yeah, and again, it's got the slowest ADS time. Now I did a bit of research for this one. I was just like, how slow is it in comparison to the other assault rifles? So the ADS time on the stock AK47, no attachments, is 255 milliseconds. Now, put into context, the other 4 assault rifles are all 300 milliseconds. So when you're using the AK47, technically you should be at a major disadvantage compared to using an XM4 or the Krig, simply because of the ADS time. If you're going to get into a 1v1 gunfight with an XM4, technically you should lose on grounds of ADS time. But that is why I didn't put the speed mags on, because it affects your ADS time. I just tried. That's my number one tip with this gun: avoid attachments that affect your ADS time, because you will lose out so much. I found that out the hard way. I was like, why aren't I doing so good with the AK47 but other people are? It was simply because of the attachments I was running. The attachments are crucial, and yeah, this gun is so accurate. Like I said, it really shouldn't be. It's a mystery. It's up there with the M16, even though it's been nerfed. Let me not talk about that. It's up there with the M16, and yeah, I think it's the best. It is the best assault rifle I've used in this game. I say this, Krig, And yeah, those are the two best for me, really. So let me get into some tips and tricks for using the AK47. So, what are my top tips for the AK47? Number one is to avoid close quarters combat. Now, I feel like a broken record when I say this about assault rifles or tactical rifles, but it's genuinely such a useful tip that it has to be on here. The reason why I say avoid close quarters combat is because, as I mentioned earlier, the AK doesn't have the accuracy or the fire rate as the other assault rifles do. So the accuracy doesn't just apply to ADS, it also applies to hipfire. So the AK generally in Call of Duty has always had the worst hipfire known to man. I don't know, the AK-47 on Modern Warfare, terrible hipfire. On COD 4, terrible hipfire. You know, it's not known for its hipfire, which is why it's more beneficial to you to use the Gallo or the Howl, whichever you prefer, to clear out those rooms. Because you'll find if you use the AK in those situations, you'll get outgunned, depending on what they have. If they've got a sniper, then you might get lucky. But if they've got a shotgun or an MP5, you're going to wish you had your shotgun out, because the AK just doesn't perform at those ranges, like at that close range. And like I said, unless you get really lucky, you might get a kill. But really, use that Gallo and use the Semtex. I took the C4 off because it just took too long, and I kept getting killed when I was trying to detonate my C4. And I find with the Semtex, it's quick and easy. Like, you detonate it, boom, out it goes, boom, you get a kill, you might make someone weak, then you get into that room with your Gallo and you're already at a major advantage over your opponent, or you're at a major advantage over yourself if you were to use the AK-47. So my second tip is to hold it down. Now what I mean by this is being an anchor as an assault rifle player in hardpoint, this gun is probably the best gun to use for that style of play. So for anyone that doesn't know what anchoring is, it is basically you rotate to the next hill just before it comes online, and you get spawns for your team. So when they die on the current hill, they spawn closer to you. Now the reason why the AK is so effective at being an anchor gun is because of the firepower. Like, if you're on target and you really do back yourself, the AK will outgun most things. You know, I found that it outguns M16s on satellite sometimes, which, like, I mean, now we've had a patch, it should sound alright, but the M16 just didn't get patched, let's be honest. So yeah, really just try to hold it down as much as possible. And that leads me into my third and final tip, which is back yourself at long range. The reason I say this is because the accuracy at range, it should be terrible, but it just isn't. It's really good, it's really easy to manage, and again, the firepower and that slower fire rate really does help you, because you'll find that you'll be outgunning those M16s sometimes, or other assault rifles just don't stand a chance against an AK-47. It is that good, and I really do recommend you guys using it. If you're not using the AK-47, then personally I think you're not using the best gun in the game, really. So yeah, really, just if you don't like the AK, just grind out for those attachments that I've got on it, and you'll see how much better it plays. So if you guys have liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, it helps a bunch. Don't forget to hit that bell, it all helps, it all goes a long way. If you want to see more guys like this, please let me know, and until next time, have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye!
That's a win. All forces head to exfil location.
Mission area secure.